Thank you very much, Thomas Treiber. Can we get a round of applause for Thomas Treiber as well? Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Liverpool, where we are now hours away from the return of the man that many see as the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the UK today. He is unbeaten, he is relentless, he is the WBA World Featherweight Champion. He is, of course, Nick the Wrecking Ball. On Saturday night, he is back, boxing right here in Liverpool, making the 4th defence of his world title in the city that made him. The man in the opposite corner, well, he's already had a taste of World Championship glory. In fact, he's done so in 2 weight divisions. And he's got heavy hands. From his 26 wins, 19 have come by way of knockout. They call him the Heartbreaker. And his plan on Saturday night is to break the heart of Nick Ball, break the hearts of UK fight fans, and become a 3-time world champion. There is no backward step with these fighters. They bring a lot of pressure. And the pressure is very much on, because only one man can walk away as the WBA World Featherweight Champion. Will it be Nick Ball, or will it be Brandon Figueroa? Find out all the answers live around the world on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a tall order. We're going to start with Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And Frank, this is the first Queensbury UK show of the year. What a way to start with World Championship boxing and a hometown hero here in Nick Ball.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure to be here in Liverpool. We've really hit the ground running with Nick. This is, as Dev says, this is his 4th defence of his title, and he is, in my opinion, the most exciting fighter in Great Britain, probably in the world, certainly one of them. Unbelievable engine, all-action style, and he's in with a very good fighter in Brandon. And I'm expecting this to be a fabulous, fabulous fight. And hopefully, because I'm biased, see Nick go on to win this and go on to even bigger fights and unifications. But this has been a great journey with Nick and with the team, with Paul and everybody. And I can't wait for Saturday night. The atmosphere is going to be brilliant. I see Nick, I believe, at his best. And I believe that Brandon will bring the best out of him. It's a big test for him. So, a pleasure to be here. And, as I say, looking forward to seeing you all on Saturday night.
And Frank, just the last one for you. I remember a few years ago it seemed to be a mission statement to get back to Liverpool, bring big-time boxing back here. And we're doing it. Time and time again, world champion here, great card as well.
We are, and we said that's what we set out to do, bring big-time boxing back here and bring big-time boxings back here with Nick as in this 4th defence. And we've also got Andrew on the card against Alexandro Gonzalez. This is a final eliminator for the title. Jack Turner, another great youngster in with John Martinez. And the reason it's so successful, the reason we can come here, because there is such a wealth of talent in the area. This is a fight city. Great fighters come from here, and they're just coming through in droves now. And these 2 guys are up to my right are on the cusp of doing some great things too. So, as I say, it's a pleasure to be here, but you can only be here if you've got the talent and the ammunition to do it, and we certainly had that in bundles.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Frank. Well, let's speak to one of those young men who's got all the talent in all the bundles. I mean, one of the heaviest hitters in the country, maybe in the world, coming through in Jack Turner. And Jack, it's a fight against Juan Carlos Martinez Urbina, and there's not a lot of information out there about him. I'm not sure he's got a picture on BoxRec. How have you prepared for this guy, who seems a bit of an unknown quantity?
Yeah, I've just been training hard in the gym really and seen little bits of him and that. Yeah, I think he's a decent fighter, but on Saturday night I'm going to show him why I'm levels above him.
I mean, 10 of your 13 fights so far have ended within 2 rounds. Do you think it will be the same on Saturday? Are we going to get a little bit more of Jack Turner?
Well, I hope it goes early, but if not, I'm going to put him through some pain, yeah. So, either way, I'm going to win.
Let's bring in your opponent here, Juan Carlos Martinez Urbina, who has a translator with him as well. Juan Carlos, how confident are you about Saturday night?
Primero que nada, buenas tardes a todos y muy agradecido con Dios, ¿verdad?, por esta oportunidad. Y estamos muy confiados, venimos aquí a ganar, no venimos a pasear, venimos a dar pelea, que es lo que venimos a hacer.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank God first, and we're really prepared for this fight. We're confident, and we came here to win.
Your opponent has said that he is going to put you through pain. What do you think about that?
Pues yo sinceramente pues no me gusta hablar, hacer las cosas arriba del ring, ¿verdad? Y ahí se va a demostrar todo lo que él dice.
I don't really like to talk a lot. I want to show it on the ring, so he's going to see it, and he's going to be able to see it inside the ring.
What is it that you can do that is different to all of his other opponents?
¿Qué crees que puedes hacer que es diferente a contra de todos los oponentes, contrincantes?
Pues nosotros traemos nuestra estrategia de trabajo, ¿verdad? Venimos bien preparados mentalmente y físicamente y la meta es venir a ganar, pues.
So we've got our own strategy. We are mentally prepared, physically prepared, and we've got with a mentality that we're going to win.
Well, Jack Turner, you've got an opponent here who is very confident. Sounds like he's coming to win on Saturday. So this is a proper fight on Saturday for you.
Yeah, every fight's a proper fight, but yeah, when he hits him with the 8-ounce gloves on, we'll just wait and see, innit? See what happens.
Jack, you're 6th with the WBA, I think, at the moment as well. Are you allowing yourself to think about potential world title fights in the near future?
Yeah, of course, yeah, that's what I want. Each fight's just another stepping stone to get where I want to be, so yeah, I know I'm not that far off to a world title, and yeah, just got to keep doing what I've been doing, knocking people out.
And what's your final prediction then for Saturday, Jack?
Jack Turner knockout.
Okay. There you have it, and that's what he tends to do as well. Jack Turner versus Juan Carlos Martinez Urbina, WBA International Super Flyweight Championship on the line. Let's move up the table, and this is a fascinating chief support bout. Andrew Kane is getting closer and closer to a world title shot, and he takes on Alejandro Hair Gonzalez here in a final eliminator for the WBC World Bantamweight Championship. Andrew, this time at the launch press conference, I mean, your opponent wasn't there. Now you have seen your opponent. You faced off with him last night as well. What are the emotions this close to fight night?
Just proper excited to get going now, Dev. Can't wait for Saturday. And seen him yesterday. Eyes on the prize. And yeah, just focused and can't wait to get in there.
Well, your last opponent in Liverpool, I think it's fair to say his tactics were a little bit more negative. What are you expecting on Saturday night? Because my feeling is Alejandro here is going to come for a fight.
Yeah, definitely. You know, most of these Mexican fighters, they're known for that. They're always up for it, aren't they? And they're keen to get in there and have a fight. But I believe that I'm going to outbox this fella and get him out of there.
We've seen a number of Mexican fighters come over here over the years and upset the home fighter, go back home with a belt or go back home with a big ranking. How do we make sure that doesn't happen to Andrew Kane on Saturday?
Just go in there and enjoy myself there mostly. You know, use my jab, my movement, and pick a few nice clean counters and get this fella out of there.
Well, let's speak to this fella, Alejandro Hair Gonzalez. Tell us what this opportunity means to you on Saturday.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buen día antes que nada a todos. Pues esta oportunidad creo que es significativa, significa el trabajo de toda mi carrera, que hemos estado esperando pues con ansiedad. Y pues igual nos esforzamos mucho, estamos muy contentos, estoy muy emocionado y sobre todo porque tengo a todo mi equipo y a mi familia pues apoyándonos, están de este lado y pues nada, muy contento de que ya llegue la hora.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this opportunity means that we're going to be able to show the work that my team and that we've been preparing for all of this. We're really excited. My family, my team, we're going to show that we put a lot of work into this fight.
And your opponent, Andrew Kane, is a very good boxer, has a lot of power. How are you going to deal with that?
Tu oponente es un muy buen boxeador, tiene mucho poder. ¿Cómo vas a hacerle contra eso?
Sí, mi rival es muy bueno, tiene muchas cualidades, pero creo que lo dije desde el principio de mi preparación. Yo no he peleado nunca con un boxeador como Kane, pero estoy seguro que él tampoco ha peleado con un rival como yo.
Yeah, my opponent is really good. He's a really good fighter. But as I've said it before, I've never fought out someone like Kane, but he's never fought someone like me.
Your nickname is Conejo. Can you tell us what this means?
Una historia muy larga, me la puso mi tía, que es mi entrenadora, es un apodo familiar desde pequeño, y pues ya no, así se me quedó.
So it's a really long story, but my aunt that's over there, she put me that nickname, and I've had it since I was a little kid.
Okay, it's a good nickname. I just thought I'd bring it up. Andrew, let me bring you back in here because your opponent here says that you've never boxed anyone like him. What do you think about that?
Sorry, what was that then?
Your opponent says that you've never boxed anyone like him.
He's right. You know, everyone's different. Every fight's different. But no, I just prepare the best that I can and try and work on everything that I can to be able to adapt on the night as and when I need to. So. Yeah, I turn up, Dev, and I'll beat anyone in the world, me mate, and I'll prove that on Saturday, and I'll prove that again and again until I've got that gold WBC belt around my waist.
Alejandro, another one for you. What is your prediction for this fight on Saturday night? How will it play out?
Nada, pues creo que es de pronóstico reservado. Va a ser una muy buena pelea, eso sí. Creo que ambos venimos bien preparados y pues la finalidad de esto es una muy buena pelea y pues que gane el mejor. Mucho respeto a mi rival y pues bueno, voy a salir a darlo todo. Venimos bien preparados.
At the end of the day, it's going to be a really good fight. I know my opponent and I are really well prepared, and we're going to show it all in the ring. So we're excited for the fight.
And Andrew, at the launch press conference, you promised a devastating knockout. I can't imagine you've changed your mind this close to the fight.
No, you know, I'm always looking for a devastating knockout, Dev, but I'll be going in there and enjoying myself also, you know, and using my boxing skills and my ring IQ. And, you know, these fights are the fights that I need to be able to do that. You know, I need good fighters in front of me to bring the best out of me. And this has been 20 years in the making for me, and I'll be definitely taking it with both hands on Saturday.
Fantastic stuff. Let's hear it for Andrew Kane and Alejandro Gonzalez. As Andrew Kane says, 20 years in the making. Huge opportunity on Saturday night to move closer to World Championship glory. Well, speaking of World Championship glory, let's talk about this main event. Let's talk about the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the UK today, Nick the Wrecking Ball, in against a very tough two-weight world champion, mandatory challenger in Brandon Figueroa. Nick, I'm going to start with you here because you've said that the fights in this city, the city that made you, they mean something a little bit extra.
Yeah, definitely, Dev. There's no place like home, is there? And here we are back home. We've been all around the world fighting on these big shows, big events. But you realise back home it's something else. You know, makes you appreciate it. And this is what it's all about. And Frank's the man in it, behind it, putting it on. So massive thanks to Frank and Queensbury.
The fight is called a tall order. He's the taller man. He brings power, volume and genuine world championship experience. Are you looking at this as the toughest fight of your career?
Yeah, definitely. You know, definitely not overlooking him and things like that. But in terms of when you're saying it's a tall order, that's good. That's where I'm most comfortable. I've been doing this my whole life. It's nothing new to me. You know, taller they are, harder they fall. Bigger target, bigger body, all bigger things to hit. So, yeah.
Well, let's hear from Brandon Figueroa, 48 hours away now, and give us your kind of opening thoughts back here in Liverpool and very close to your chance to become a three-time world champion.
Hola, primeramente le quiero dar las gracias a Dios, gracias a los medios que están aquí, mi familia, mi equipo. Tuvimos un campo bien fuerte, estoy muy orgulloso de todo mi trabajo, muy feliz, muy contento y estamos listos. First off, I want to thank God, thank my family, the media, everyone being here for the press conference. I'm just very excited. Me and my team had a great training camp, and I'm just very excited, to let my hands go this Saturday. And yes, just very happy, very content, and I can't wait for Saturday.
Well, Nick Ball says that the taller they are, the harder they fall, and that the bigger you are, you've got more of a target, so he can hit you in more places easier, I guess. What are your thoughts?
I guess we'll see Saturday night. They all say the same thing, and, it never works out the way they wanted to. So, Saturday night we're going to see if he can back up all the talk. 6 rounds, supposedly 6 rounds that they were going to hit me 200 times in the head. So, we'll find out. I'm not the one to really talk. I guess Saturday we'll just go out there and see who's the better man. I'm confident, very confident in my game plan, my team, the preparation, everything that we've been doing, and I just can't wait to put it all together Saturday.
Nick, let me ask you this. In Brandon's last fight, he threw over 1,000 punches. I don't think I've ever seen anyone throw that many punches against you. Do you think he'll be doing that?
He's going to try, and he's going to try and do what he wants, but whether I'm going to let him is a different story. And he threw over, 1,000 punches in his last fight against someone who's not me. So I don't really take too much from it. It's what's coming back at you, innit? What you've got to worry about.
Brandon, do you think you can show that level of aggression against Nick Ball? Throw that many punches? We don't see it.
Of course, I always do. I always bring the fight. I'm always really prepared, very conditioned, very prepared, and like I said, me and my team have worked really hard in camp, and I'm just very confident. I know what I bring, my abilities. And Saturday night, Liverpool fans are going to see my style of fighting, and you guys are going to love it.
You said to me before, Brandon, that this is going to come down to who wants it more, and you're absolutely adamant that you want it more. Give us an indication as to how much you do want it and how important this fight is for you right now at this stage in your career.
Oh, me and my coaches know, they know how bad I wanted it in camp, the hours I put in the gym, the early mornings, the mountain runs, everything that we put in, I just can't wait. I just can't wait for everyone to see and for me to showcase my craft, my skills, and my family's here as well. And I couldn't be any more happy. I'm just very excited. I love this sport so much. I'm passionate about the sport, and I just can't wait to be world champion again.
Nick, you've said to me a few times that these opponents, they say things, they say what they're going to do on fight night, and then when they get in with you, it's a whole different ball game. What is going to be so different about you? What is it that you've got that Brandon Figueroa here can't deal with?
We found out on the night, Dev, don't really know until I get in there with him. But, I know it's going to be an exciting one.
Your 2 defences that you've had in Liverpool have ended within the distance. Are you expecting to knock out Brandon Figueroa on Saturday?
Yeah, expecting anything really. It can go early, it can go late. It's going to end in a win for Nick Ball.
What's your feeling on it, Brandon? If this plays out exactly to plan in your head, how does the fight play out?
I just can't wait here and knew. That's the only words that I keep ringing in my head. That's the only words that I keep hearing at the gym. And it's just a matter of time.
We've seen you take the unbeaten record of Luis Neri. That was a big win for you in your career, a knockout win as well. Do you believe you can knock out Nick Ball, become world champion that way?
Of course, I feel like I can do it all. Everyone underestimated me for that fight. I was the big underdog. Luis Neri was knocking out everyone until he faced me. And, you guys saw what happened that night. I just stayed quiet, stuck to my game plan, and came out of there with the belt.
You most certainly did. Frank, let me bring you back in here. I mean, a fantastic main event fight here, and, you know, he's a mandatory challenger, not a voluntary. Nick Ball has to fight him.
He has. It's been ordered, but, you know, Nick steps up to the plate. He's not fazed by anybody. And Brandon, obviously, he's here. He's a man on a mission. We got a good fight. You know, DAZN on Saturday night. If you're not live, watch it on DAZN. It's the home of great fights, and this is a great fight. This has a potential to be fight of the year. It's going to be an exciting fight, and the people who are going to benefit from this are the customers, the people whether they're there live or, as I say, watch it on DAZN. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great fight.
I think we've got a few questions from the media as well. Matt Rich here has a roaming mic, so when you do get the mic, please identify yourself and ask away.
Amy Khan with seconds out question. First of all, for Brandon Figueroa. Brandon, your record, you fought a number of great fighters like Gonzalez, Neary, Muxaya. How does Nick Ball compare to those names?
Of course, you know, he's a great champion. I mean, he's undefeated for a reason. You know, I'm fighting in his backyard, so there's a lot at stake for him. You know, I know he's going to come with everything, and the same way I am, but, you know, like I said, we're going to have to find out Saturday.
How long have you been in the UK for, Brandon?
Since Thursday.
Okay. Nick, for yourself, like Deb mentioned, Brandon throws 1,000 punches in a fight. Is it ever a struggle to find sparring partners that can replicate that style?
Yeah, you can get ones who've got similarities, can't you? But you can't get the real thing. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't really worry about what he throws, what he does, who he's been in with, what he's done. I don't really care. He hasn't been in with me, and I focus on myself, and I know what I can do, and what I've got to do, and what I'm going to do, and that's all that matters.
Appreciate you've got Brandon in front of you, but I was in New York. I spoke to Bruce Shushu Carrington. He says he wants to come to the UK and turn it to Shuke. He's been calling out yourself for a fight that says that it hasn't materialised, of course. Is Bruce on your radar for unification?
Yeah, let's see if he turns up. Let's see if he turns up then, but I'm fully focused on Brandon Figueroa Saturday night.
Tom Ivers for Boxing Scene. Nick, the Brits are flying at the moment. Josh Kelly became the latest world champion. You've got 6 now. Do you think you're the best of the bunch?
Yeah, I don't really look at it as I'm the best, you get me? That's for everyone else to decide, but I'm the one who's defending it most. Yeah, this is my 4th defence, so yeah, I'm defending my belt. This is the 4th time, so it's good.
Do you feel any pressure to keep this good British run going?
Not really, no. I always knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when and getting the opportunity, and Frank done that. Backed me from day one, got me the opportunities, and here we are in Liverpool now. So, yeah, it's just good to be here, because I've dreamed of this since a kid, fighting in my home city. So now that I'm doing it means everything to me.
And same question for Frank. Do you think Nick's the best Brit in the world?
He's pound for pound best fighter in this country. That's what he is, and I believe he'll show that again on Saturday night against a very, very good fighter in Brandon. You know, and I'm going to repeat myself because I'm getting old, but this is going to be a great fight. This is going to be a very exciting fight. All action. You know, they both throw lots of punches, got great work rate, a pair of them, so you're going to see something special. We're a special British fighter.
Any more? Okay, no more. And there we have it. That is the main event on Saturday night. Let's hear it for Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa. The WBA World Featherweight Championship will be on the line.